Hi, I'm Kimberley Lovemore, and today you are in for a treat. I will be interviewing somebody who's crazy and delicious. You might know him as being a teacher, or you might know him as being that top chef, or do you really know him? Okay, so stay tuned. I'm about to give you and serve you something delicious. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Kimberley Lovemore Show. I am with Joseph Cumberbatch, known as Kitchen with Cumbers. How are you?
I'm great, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's been a long time.
Too long.
And a lot has happened. So where do we start?
I don't know. I don't know where to start.
Let's start from the ground up. So we knew each other a while ago.
Yeah.
Well, years ago. I shouldn't
Years
say
ago.
a while ago, years ago. Went to different events and we got talking there and we've been in contact ever since. And ever since then, I've just seen your growth and
Thank
it
you.
has been amazing. I've always seen you as a chef, but before we even get onto that, from the ground up, where did you start your love for food?
Love for food started from a young age. Growing up in an Afro-Caribbean household, kitchen's always like the center of the household. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents and with my mum and dad growing up, and food was always something that brought us all together as a family. We're every single night together. Evening dinners was like super important, and I think the love for food and how it brought people together, the interactions that we had over the dinner table, that was where my love for food first started, I would say.
And
So
what was your favorite dish from growing up with the
Oh,
family?
do you know what? Growing up with family, I can always say that my favorite dish has always been curry goat and rice and peas. Actually, curry goat with white rice. Everything else with rice and peas. So oxtail, rice and
would you
peas.
say that's your speciality? I have a
Do you know what it is? I think as a speciality, I would
Yes.
not say curry goat is one
Really?
of them. I think I've made curry goat like maybe 4 times in my life.
Really?
It's been nice,
Mm-hmm.
but because I grew up with it being made by such great women like my mum and my grandma,
Yeah.
I leave it to them.
So did you find your own way to just add a different fusion to it?
Yeah,
The Cumber way.
I do not know. No, I just feel like I think there's certain things that you shouldn't mess around with.
Okay. All right then.
And like I think I wouldn't want to experiment with like something like that because it's such a classic and
Traditional.
it's so traditional, and it makes me feel that every time I think about it, it's like that's my mum.
Yeah.
Like that's my mum cooking it for me, and it's very comforting to me. It's like a comfort food. Like if I was ill, I would love curry goat and rice.
Okay.
And a little bit of plantain.
Okay. So moving on from that, your love for food and being a chef. So what clicked to say, okay, I'm actually a chef. What do I do here?
Do you know, it's so funny you say that because I literally maybe this year I have started calling myself a chef.
Really?
Only this year.
So how many years have gone by?
And maybe 6, 7, 8.
Oh my God.
It's been a long time. I feel like I always held chefs in such high regard, and I understand food to an extent, but I don't have the experience or the understanding of food of maybe your master chef Tamp.
Okay.
Who's been classically trained, gone to cordon bleu and kind of been in restaurants and whatnot. However, the experience that I have had is completely different from other people.
Yeah.
And I have taken experiences from working in hotels as a waiter, watching the chefs every day, looking at the presentation of other people and teaching myself a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
To winning a TV show, developing recipes for really high caliber companies and people, and then catering weddings and whatnot, weddings, dinner parties, and I think for me, I've learned so much now. My knife skills are incredible. So I feel like the fact that I can chop fast is enough for me to say, okay, cool, I'm a chef now. I may have not been classically trained, but I can make a hell of a cake. You know, my pastry's really good. I am very good at making stuff that I like.
Yes.
And people around me seem to like that as well.
Okay.
And I just go from there.
So let's drawing everything back. So you've done an array of things, and I cannot believe throughout your whole lifetime you've even got through that process. I mean, you can't believe it yourself, just thinking back to it, to this point here now. Maybe now you're thinking, okay, this is it for me. I was a winner of Praise is Delicious. We're going to get onto that because that's a whole different vision, different level of manifestation as well. But we're going to get onto that bit. Now, you said that you worked in different restaurants, you did catering. So your love is really there. So I do know that you have another life to you. Okay. So, do you care to share? With
So I teach biology at a school in Southwest London.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for 4 years now.
Okay.
And it's really good. I have started to kind of, you get a sense of self-fulfillment from teaching kids, seeing them grow, helping them kind of maneuver their way in this world. And then also I think it's really cool because there's so many lessons that I learned as a child or as a young person that I'm able to kind of, present to the youth, but also teach them like how not to make the same mistakes that I made.
And it's very fresh in your mind as well with your teachings and what you're still going through, because you're still going through life. You're still experiencing things that they will experience when they're older. And you're in the, what should I say? Not limbo stage, but in that stage where you're bettering your life now. And from your past mistakes or things that you went through. And we are the next generation to help others. And you are a great person to be in this position to do so. So I give you kudos.
Oh, thank you. I say I'm blushing.
So you study, it's all right. So you're studying biology.
I teach biology. I didn't study biology. I studied like podiatry for 1 year. And then sports science in Manchester. And then I finished that degree off at Roehampton.
Active life.
Yeah, it was crazy. And what happened was like when I first started teaching, I was a PE teacher. So I was like teaching PE at school, and like I wasn't earning enough money for me to kind of get to where I wanted to get in with my food. And I was having to buy all these ingredients to create recipes, and also I was having to kind of get all the equipment that I needed. And I remember I used to finish school, and then I got myself like a little driving job, Tesco delivery after school.
You've been surrounded by food.
I finished school. And I would like run to Tesco, get in the van, and then go out on deliveries. And I was like, this is working really well because I'm getting money off the food that I'm getting money off the food that I need to be buying for my recipes. And that just developed and kept on going. And then after 2 years, circa when Crazy Delicious, when I went to film Crazy Delicious, I quit that job. And I'm no longer your favourite Tesco delivery driver.
Well, I'm sure they supported you.
I wonder if they
missed me. And you're very thankful that you were delivering their food because you're here now. And this is the place to be. This is the place in your life to be. You're here now. So when was that moment for you? Like, how did it feel to say, yes, I'm here now. I'm going to quit my job. How was that feeling? Because a lot of people say they don't know how they'll feel when they know that, okay, this is God's timing now. So what was that feeling like? What revelation did you get?
I don't really remember it. It was just all very quick. Like I used to do this thing where I like put any money that like I had outstanding on like a spreadsheet. And then I would like every month just be like, make sure I'd pay it all off, try and pay it all off. And there was 1 month where I had nothing to pay. And there was another month where I had nothing to pay. And I was like, another month, I got nothing to pay. But money had been coming in. And I was like, right, you hate driving Tesco. Get out of there. Like, enjoy your summer, have a holiday, recharge your batteries. Don't do anything on social media.
Be still.
go and live your life.
Yeah. Live your life offline, you said.
Live your life offline. And I think it was 2018 and I went to Portugal.
Oh, wow.
I went to Portugal during the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
And I was just hanging out with some friends. And I don't feel like I felt like genuinely happy. Like I wasn't thinking about, oh, you've got to come home and do this. You've got an essay to write. You haven't got any like teaching planning to do. You haven't got any extra studying to do.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, cool. You made the right decision now. Now what's next?
And what was next?
I didn't know. Do you know, that's so funny. Like you asked, I didn't know. I didn't know. Like 5 years ago, I made like a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
And I got that 5-year plan. It's so funny, like you say that, because I got this 5-year plan because from, I think, is it Think Like a Man? It is Think Like a Man.
It's your 3-year or 5-year plan.
Tell me your 3-year, 5-year plan. And I was like, if someone asked me a 5-year plan, I wouldn't have any idea what to say.
Wouldn't know.
So I made one and I was like, right, I want to do a nutrition degree. Mm-hmm. I want to be on the way to, or have a house.
Okay.
I want to be full-time teaching. Yes. I want to have a fully stable income. What was that? And I want Kitchen with Cumbers to be completely sustainable.
Yes.
I want to have my website up and I want to be in the top like 20% of content creators.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like getting to that point was really important to me. And I think I'm a very good content creator.
Yes. You've been creating all your life.
Yeah.
So.
I'm a full-time teacher. I've got I'm halfway through my master's in clinical nutrition.
Amazing.
I have done my PGCE and I'm a qualified biology teacher.
Wow.
I did that this year. And then I'm like hopefully gonna buy a property in the next couple months or whatnot.
So amazing. So it's literally been tick, 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 tick.
But on that road, there's been so many kind of
obstacles and hurdles and life lessons.
Yeah, life lessons, and that's the way I've seen them, because I feel like a lot of the time things don't go your way, and
what can I learn from this?
Yes, yeah, and it's sometimes it's very difficult, but you have to feel, you have to feel like, oh, I wish that didn't happen, but
it happened.
It happened now,
and you got through it.
Yeah, like I got through it. In the grand scheme of things, it's made me a better person. I now know that if this happens again, this is how I would react instead of reacting like this way.
Yeah.
And I feel like when the TV show came along, I was very much like, I don't know if I want to do it because this was not part of the plan.
So let's talk Crazy Delicious. You won it. Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Remember we talking about jazz hands? Congratulations. That is amazing. You know what? We love life and you're here for a reason. This is your calling, this is your purpose. And whatever you've been doing, it's aligned you to get here. And this is it. This is the start of your new beginning.
Yeah.
You've ticked off all your list of what you wanted to do. Manifestation, prayer, you're here, you've done it, okay? So you have to give yourself that credit and God that credit too, because you are able and you're doing it, okay? Speak life into yourself because you are living it. And your trainers are fresh. You got a fresh chef here, looking all fresh to death. A new era of chefs.
Jordan 11, I got a little scuff there, but we'll hide that.
Let's talk about your fashion, Mr. Chef. Let's talk. Are you a sneakerhead?
Yeah, I'm a big sneakerhead. I think I bought a pair of trainers today, actually.
You bought a pair of trainers today?
Yeah.
What did you purchase?
I got these Art Deco Air Force Ones with a gum sole. They're really nice.
What colours are they?
They are, the upper's white and then they've got like brush strokes.
Okay, nice.
Brush strokes on them. The back is like embroidered. It says Nike on the back in like green thread.
We're going to have a little insert here, so we'll show the audience your
when they come. I think I've got another pair. I'll bring out another pair later. But I've always had a love for trainers. Like I remember being younger and not being able to get a pair of trainers that I really wanted. All my friends had them. And my mum and dad were like, you need to save up for them. And now I'm like, I can afford these.
You can save yourself. You've done it now.
Exactly. I was like, I can afford these. I don't need to ask mum and dad. I can buy them, you know. And I like that's my way of like kind of saying well done to myself.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah,
I deserve.
exactly.
I've done
And
this.
I would be like, okay, right, I am going to get myself a pair of trainers.
Yeah,
because I deserve them.
Why not? Yeah.
And my dad would be like, you've only got one set of feet though.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know,
I want to
but I want to last.
Keep walking.
Exactly. I was like, I want them all to last.
Yeah, you will.
And I've got at my house, I've got a whole wall of just trainers.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it.
It's like your guilty pleasure.
Yeah. They're an investment as well because people would pay good money for these Jordans, you know?
I know. I've seen the long queues in shops and that to get all these trainers.
Exactly.
I've still got a classic pair of Huaraches.
Oh, I
bought
wearing some
them
the other
back
day.
in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, it really hurt me on the inside. I had a white and blue pair.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, let me give it to charity. And yeah, that was back in 2004. And I kicked myself when Huarache came back in fashion. I remember I gave them to charity. Don't know where they are now. They were so fresh. But the white pair are still in that bag. So yeah,
oh my gosh,
that's my little blooper. I know. So let's talk Crazy Delicious.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. What was the feeling like? How did it come about? And of course you won. What was a winning dish?
So I got headhunted for it.
Yeah.
And I was driving back from Colchester.
Yeah.
This guy was like, do you want to come for an audition?
Yeah.
I was like, not really. I've just been coaching kids football for a whole week in Colchester in the blistering heat. I don't want to come and do an audition tomorrow. But me being me and being open to things, I said, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, can you come to East London at 11 o'clock? And this is what you need to bring. And I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Like, I need to sleep.
Yeah.
I need to prep this. I need to prep that. And then I need to get to East London.
Autopilot. You got it.
And I just remember being like, oh my gosh, I could be on television to cooking. And I got home and I said to everybody, get out of the kitchen. I need to work.
Yeah.
Luckily, my family, they work well with me.
Yes.
And,
you're the ones.
And I was like, you know what, like, Mum, I need to just do this. And she was like, my mum's very supportive of what I do, which has helped me to get to where I am now.
Yeah, amazing.
And she's like, so is my dad, but my dad's taken a bit more time to be convinced.
Okay.
But when I won the show, he was like to people in the office, like, that's my son, you know. That's my son. Like,
I know the ones there.
It was like, okay, so I did the audition, and then I didn't hear back from them for like a month. And I was like, I was okay.
Yes.
Because I said, that was a great learning experience. And you haven't heard anything back. And it's okay. You don't have to be, you haven't spent any money. You haven't failed at anything. You've given a very good account of yourself. Well done. And I remember I was walking across the golf course on the way home from school one day, and I got a call. And I didn't know the number. And I said, oh, hello. And it was one of the producers. And she said, oh, hi, Joseph. How are you? And I was like, hi, I'm fine. Get to the point, please. And she's like, we're really happy to say that you have managed to get, we're really happy to invite you to be on Crazy Delicious. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks, okay, bye. And I just put on the phone and I think I jumped.
Did you?
Yes, well done. And then I was like, oh my God, so the hard work starts now.
Yeah.
Like, you've done the easy work. And the hard work starts now. And right now, you need to work out which recipes you're doing.
Yeah.
Practice them, which is the hardest bit because I don't have any time because I'm always juggling so many things. So practicing them didn't really happen. And it took me a long time to decide on what I was actually going to cook.
Right.
And then when I did, I think I had a week and a half before we were going to film. And it was just really funny. Like, it was so funny because I created 3 recipes. One was like a banana arancini, which I used rice pudding for. And mixing the banana with the rice, made the rice pudding, then made banana custard, then made like a banana ice cream. And in the actual TV show, it melted because I took it out of the freezer too early because I was so anxious about getting it all correct.
Yeah.
And it was just a big flop. Mm-hmm. But I thought I was going home after that.
Right,
because I didn't do as well in the challenge as other people.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, you're going home.
You felt.
Yeah.
You didn't.
I was like, you're not going home. You're going home. And then the production was like, no one goes home after this round. I said, oh my gosh. I was like, you can regroup.
Yeah.
And the next one, you need to go ham.
Yeah, you're gonna smash it.
And the next challenge was the reinventing the pizza.
Yes.
And I made a charcoal dough ball volcano. And those charcoal dough balls.
That is weird and wonderful, isn't it?
It's crazy. It was crazy delicious. And inside it had andouille sausage with cheese.
Nice.
And
very nice.
Yeah, it went down so well. I put liquid nitrogen in the top. Not liquid nitrogen. I put dry ice in the top
for the
smoke
effect.
So it looked like it was erupting.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it had like some spicy arrabbiata sauce on the outside.
Wow.
And I put a bit of chili in that. And if you watch Nicholas's reaction on the show, you see his face go red. And he's like,
literally,
it's yummy. Did you put some chili in that? And his whole face, I was like, yeah, you okay?
Literally eating that volcanic.
Yeah, exactly. And then for the last one, it was a barbecue challenge.
Yes.
And
I like the sound of this one.
So
I
crazy
did see it
because I haven't got a barbecue.
Yeah.
No one I know has a barbecue, so I wasn't able to practice it.
Okay.
So the day before I went on set, I put like that much watermelon with like jerk seasoning over it, and I put it into the oven for 4 hours, and it came out really well.
Wow. A lot of people were raving about this.
Yeah.
Because what a weird concoction. It's actually crazy. Who would think of barbecuing watermelon? And it's a great twist to like a barbecue, and what did Americans call it?
A cookout.
Cookout. That's it.
Do you want to come to a cookout?
There's a great twist to that because watermelon's always there and barbecue's always there. So what was the result of that?
So it went really well. I made it look like a ham.
Yeah.
I put it in, I like lathered it in jerk seasoning, and then I made like a really, really nice bourbon sauce, smoky bourbon sauce to put over it. And it came out really well. Like I went in for 4 hours in like 220 degrees centigrade. It was like really important that we kept it at that temperature. And then I put I shredded some pork that went in, and I spatchcocked the chicken as well, and that went in as well. And it just worked so well. I was just really happy with how it came out, and it's the way it was thinly sliced. It came out, and it was like dripping with juiciness.
I know.
And it looked like carpaccio. And my thing that I got out of the show the most was that I'm very good at downplaying things. Mm-hmm. And I found that I couldn't downplay things anymore because it was across the world. People were making my recipes across the world.
It
and
was
I was
your
like,
time. You could not put your ear.
Gosh.
Yeah, can't
I'm getting tagged
that.
on Instagram. I'm getting tagged on Facebook. I'm getting messages on Twitter. I don't even use Twitter. And it was like, what is going on? They're like, I want to make this. I want to make this volcano pizza for my wife's anniversary. Wow. Can you give me the recipe? Can you give me the recipe for the jerk watermelon? Because my kids just want to make it. They saw you on Crazy Delicious. They absolutely love you. I think I had a couple of marriage proposals on Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
Which was a bit wild. I was like, oh, gee, bye. But it was very well received, and I wasn't aware of how well I'd come across on television until people that I didn't even know were interacting with me.
Because your genuine personality came out. That's what it was. That's what they were more, being led to, your personality. Because that's who you are. And your personality comes out into your food. So to have a volcanic setup of food and jerk watermelon, people are already seeing your personality, and that is it. Your food actually speaks for yourself. It speaks for you.
Oh, thank you. Like that's how I felt. I think I was always terrible at art at school.
Okay.
Like, and I find if you ask me to draw a canvas, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
However, my canvas is food. My canvas is always a plate.
Yeah.
And I can make a beautiful,
Your food is your art.
A beautiful canvas of food on a plate.
So, what's your favourite dish that you've ever cooked?
My favourite dish I've ever cooked. I would say my favourite dish I've ever cooked is probably a mustard glazed chicken breast with it was really, I did it on a cook along with I think it was Marcus Waring from MasterChef. And I nearly set my house on fire. And there's a video on Instagram, it's quite funny, it's a reel. And like I'm like, please go out. And I'm on Zoom to these people because it's during lockdown.
Yeah.
And like Marcus Waring is like, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, fine.
Just an effect.
And the flames are just like this. I'm like, oh my gosh, waiting for the alarm to go off. Luckily it didn't, and I got it out in the end. But the dish that I made that day, I was like, if I can make that and make it look as good as it did, I'm okay. Like, I must be quite decent at cooking.
Of course.
And then I'd probably say I did Taste London a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Woo-woo!
And that was in
Regent's Park.
Regent's Park.
Yes, I was in Regent's Park, and I had an idea, and I'm very good at kind of executing ideas.
Okay.
So I didn't practice it.
Okay. So you're a visionary. You know what it's going to come out as.
You could call it that.
Yeah.
But I turned up to Taste London, and the guy who was at the back of the house had been on Crazy Delicious with me, which is amazing.
Amazing.
So any sort of anxiety had gone. And I made this chicken schnitzel burger with plantain and blue cheese. Oof. But also with like a paprika aioli. And when people say blue cheese and plantain, they all of a sudden think these two shouldn't be in the same dish.
But they do infuse, right? You can actually taste both of them. It's mixing the sweet with the...
So you get it. You get it.
I do. I can taste it.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
taste it.
So
I'm a foodie.
I made that, and it just went down so well. So fully booked from all of my sessions for the whole day.
Excellent.
They invited me back a couple times, and then I wasn't able to do it. And then they invited me to cook for 6 people as well at the end.
This is fun.
But I didn't get to do that either because I wasn't feeling very well. So,
but you're good now.
But I'm all good now.
Yeah, amazing.
I just needed a rest, to be fair. That's what I think it was.
You do need that rest, especially it's hot in the kitchen, you're cooking, you're entertaining people, it's energy draining, and you do need your peace.
Yeah.
You do need your peace.
I think it's really important to protect your peace because especially when you're being pulled in so many different directions by different people. Yeah. And often your best interests are not at their heart.
Yeah.
Or
they want you to be autopilot.
Yeah, they don't see you as a person, they see you as a product. And they want to push and pull you and throw you in different directions. And I found myself saying no to a lot of things now. Okay. Be that in terms of like relationships or in terms of my friendship relationships. So if I want to go out, do you want to come out? You're coming out, you need to come out. I'm like, no, I'm tired. I need to rest. Like, otherwise I won't be able to function on my day-to-day life. Or if I'm like, if work is like, oh, you need to do this, I'm like, no, why? Yeah. Do I get paid to do this? No. Okay, it's fine. It should go off again. Okay. And I think it's very important to protect your peace and spend time offline. Yeah. Like offline, living your life offline.
And spending time with yourself.
Spending time with yourself, getting to know yourself. Yeah. And getting to know people who are around you who are wholesome to you. And who are very involved with seeing what I call growth.
Yeah. Amazing. Growth. That's a new one.
That is my word. Growth.
That's a new one.
And growth to me is just seeing how you not only grow, but you glow as you grow. Because as you glow, people come towards you. I feel like I was just doing a bit of spoken word there. Yes. But I feel like as you do grow and glow, people are naturally attracted to you and they will come towards you. Some of them aren't good, some of them are good, but that's up to you to distinguish. But as long as you are living a wholesome life and you're happy with what you're doing and how you're going about it, then they don't have anything to say, and their opinion doesn't, essentially, in the grand scheme of things, their opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion of yourself matters, and how you go about gloating. That helps you do that, I think.
Amazing. So just to lead it off, what has life been like for you after Crazy Delicious? What's life like now for you? What do you have planned for the future? When I say future, I mean the end of the year, not 5 year plan.
Wow, okay.
We're not going to go to the 5 year plans. I'll say end of the year to round off, what's been happening from having an amazing year.
Oh, thanks. It has been an amazing year. And I feel blessed because in a year where there's been so much like turbulence for a lot of other people, a lot of people haven't been in a position where like they've had a sustainable income, or they haven't had any income at all, or they've been worrying about everything. I haven't had much to worry about at all. I have been affected in terms of like family members have passed away, but like my grandma passed away in January, and for me that was very personal. I spent a lot of time with my grandma growing up. She lived with us for a long period of time, and I would say she's one of the best cooks I've ever met. But when I go into the kitchen, I always feel like she's holding my hand, and that's, for me, that's very personal to me, and I enjoy it, and I feel like I'm doing her proud.
And you are.
So that was one thing that I have always taken out of this year, and I've grown into thinking about. Life after Crazy Delicious, like people recognize me, and I like to keep it low key, so I'm like, hi. Try not to be awkward, try not to be awkward. I was at like a protest, and this lady like pulled my arm, and she was like, I know you're Crazy Delicious. I'm like, I'm at a protest right now. I was like, okay, do you want a photo? Like, what? Hi. And I think that for me, that's something I never thought about. The public relations side of things.
Yes.
People are interested in me. I didn't think people would be very interested in what I do, who I am, my background, what my morning routine is. Just silly things like that. And I found like a lot of people are asking questions in my direct messages, my comments. Like the engagement with people has just increased massively. And then for the rest of the year, well, like I'm a qualified teacher now, so I'll go back to school in September. I think I just want to, I've got my website up, kitchenwithcumbers.com. That's up and running. I just want to make it continuously sustainable and continue to grow and glow, and continue to manufacture these long-lasting, worthwhile relationships with people, just based on my authentic self.
Amazing.
I just want to be better than I was last year, and I think I've already done that. So I'm very happy, but I just want to continue to not only help myself, but help the people who I care about around me, because that is important to me. Because I always say this thing, and I don't take it lightly, and I've said it since I started Kitchen with Cumbers. I want to inspire people, young kids who may look like me, who may not look like me, that there are other things to aspire to outside of the classroom, outside of kind of sport, outside of music, drama. There's lots of room to be creative and work on your own craft and develop yourself. I did it, so if I can do it, anybody can. And I think that's it. Aside from, I've always said that if you come to my table, you must eat. And that's just that's always been a Kitchen with Cumbers slogan. Like everyone who sits at my table eats, regardless of who you are. If you sit down at my table, I invite you to sit down at my table, you will eat. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Joseph.
Thank you for having me.
Because this has been amazing. We haven't actually had a long sit down, and just to understand you a bit more and your life and where you've come from. And this is, I'll say, level 100. Like you are actually, like I said before, you're living in the space of where you need to be and who you are now. And this is who you are and are meant to be. Yeah. So I wanted to thank you so much as well.
Thank you. I feel like just one extra thing. Like I feel like I spent a lot of time planning to put myself in this position.
Yeah.
And I always say there's nothing worse than unfulfilled potential. And I don't know my potential, so I just have to keep on pushing.
We can end it there.